Hi there, welcome to this video lesson. In the last video, we talked about the types of writing, and I'm sure you learned one or two things from that video. Just a quick, um, just to say something quickly about the last video. I want you to understand that um, when we are talking about different kinds of writing, it's possible you have a writing or a write-up, an article that comprises all of them, but you must be very careful to now know the intent. That means you must know what exactly is this writing as a whole. What is it talking about? I'll give you an example of, let's say you have a physics textbook, and if you're doing physics and you read a physics textbook, you'll discover that you have so many things, so many examples, so many illustrations used in the textbook. But then, those examples are not the goal. The goal is what the subject is about, physics. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that it's possible there are different kinds of writing embedded in one particular kind of writing, but you must know the goal of each write-up. Just to let you know, most of the articles we write on the Finidi Lifestyle blog are expository or persuasive. Most of them are just fall within those two. Obviously, it's not narrative because we don't tell stories. Although you find out that in some of the articles, I told stories and all of that, but we focus on expository. That means we are trying to give people information about specific things, information that really does not have to do with my own opinion, that has to do with facts. That, okay, this is exactly what it is, this is exactly what it is. For example, diabetes mellitus, I none of those ideas are mine. They're actually facts that have been stated beforehand, so I just stated those facts. That's expository writing. Do you understand? And then persuasive writing is basically the writing that I used when I was writing matters on health 1, 2, 3, to persuade people to take certain decisions about their health, like exercises, like nutrition, and all of that. I hope you get me better. Okay, all right. But what we want to talk about today is something different. Different. Sorry. I want to talk about intent and audience. Yeah, intent and audience. But why am I talking about intent and audience? Because it's one thing to know what kind of writing you want to write. For example, you want to pick your pen and you want to start writing. It's very possible for you to have a writer's block if you don't know what your intent is or you don't know who your audience is. So if you want to flow in writing, it's very important that, okay, after you have defined who your what kind of writing you want to write, whether persuasive or narrative or descriptive or expository, after you have determined that, then you now have to determine again, who am I writing for? That means who are my target audience, or what? And then, okay, that's the audience. Then the intent, what do I want to achieve with what I'm writing? It's very important that you actually answer these questions, because if you don't, you will most likely find yourself in that situation, the writer's block situation. Do you understand what I'm saying here? All right, so I'll give you an example of an intent and then an audience something. Let's say I'm writing an article on why children should go to school. Can you already guess my intent and my audience? If you can, or you want to give it a try, just pause this video, think about it, and then start the video, then we'll go on. Okay, now that you've done that, what my intent is for that kind of topic, why children should go to school, is that I want to persuade people to make their children go to school, or I want to make people know why children should go to school, why it is important for children to go to school. That's my intent. But then, who do you think my audience will be? My audience will likely be a parent or a guardian who has children in their custody. Do you understand? Those will likely be my that will likely be my audience. Though there may be other people who may also it may also affect in one way or the other, but that's my major audience: parents or guardians who have children in their custody. Do you understand? Can you think of um, um, cases where you have intent and audience? Okay, I want you to try that as an assignment. You'd think of 5 different things you can write about. You write out an intent for each of those writings, and then you write out the suitable audience for each of those things you want to write. And then you will write the kind of writing you want it to be. Then after doing these 5, right, I want to give you another assignment which is not so big. Just out 2 out of these 5 things you have chosen, I want you to write on 2. Just write, just flow. You have an intent in mind, you have an audience. Just try to use your intent and then the audience you have to create something, no matter how short. If it's 100 words, 150, 200, any amount of words, I don't really mind. I just want to see how you're going to flow with the intent and the audience. Let me just give you this tip. You are going to surprise yourself when you start writing with an intent and then an audience in mind, because that's basically what you need to flow. Really, you have an intent, you have an audience, you have most of your problems solved. So we'll just begin to talk about other things that you now do to make your writing exceptional and superb. So I hope you actually enjoyed this video and that you have a lot of things to learn. Stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video lesson. Don't forget the assignment, ensure you do it.